Sophie, Countess of Wessex and Prince Edward have been married for 20 years, but the couple once came precariously close to split. Prince Edward and Sophie, Countess of Wessex began dating shortly after meeting at a tennis charity event in 1993. But according to a royal expert, the early stages of their relationship wasn't always plain sailing, and the pair almost split at one point. The Earl and Countess of Wessex are widely regarded as a royal romance success story. While many of the royal marriages of their generation sadly ended in divorce, Sophie and Edward's love story has stood the test of time. However, according to one royal expert, their relationship hit a rocky patch at one point. Royal author and commentator Ingrid Seward wrote about how Sophie and Edward came precariously close to breaking up in the 1995 book, Prince Edward. Seward wrote, "Like all couples, there were moments when the effort of adjusting led to rows and disagreements and, in the summer of 1994, they came precariously close to parting." However, according to Seward, Sophie was not willing to let their relationship flounder. She added, "Edward became what one friend described as unnerved by the speed which the affair was developing." But if Edward was racked by indecision, a not uncommon problem amongst male members of his family, Sophie remained coolly determined. She was not prepared to let their relationship flounder. When rumors of the rift became public, she dismissed them as rubbish. She was being elastic with the truth, but it did give her the breathing space she needed to get her relationship back on track again. Despite the reported hiccup, it was short-lived, as Sophie and Edward eventually married in 1999. Prince Edward proposed to Sophie Rhys-Jones with an engagement ring made by Asprey and Garrard, which was worth a reported £105,000. Their wedding service was televised to the world, and was watched by more than 200 million viewers. Before their wedding, Edward said, "We managed to have a good laugh about things most of the time. And we happen to love each other, which is the most important thing of all." Out of all of the Queen and Prince Philip's children, Sophie and Edward's marriage is the only first marriage not to have ended in divorce. This year Edward and Sophie celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary. The Earl and Countess of Wessex are parents to two children, James, Viscount Severn, and Lady Louise Windsor. At the time of Sophie and Edward's wedding, the royal family had also moved on from the strict rules that had been imposed on Charles and Diana. While Diana had allegedly been screened to check she was still a virgin on her wedding day, Sophie was allowed to live with Edward at Buckingham Palace before they tied the knot. However, Sophie did make one concession to tradition that Diana did not, and that was to promise to obey her husband in her wedding vows, in line with Anglican tradition. According to the Right Reverend Peter Knott, Bishop of Norwich, this promise is not one that necessarily establishes the dominance of the husband. However,